Now taking a look at this radar behind me, throughout the day today we saw a lot of this cloud coverage throughout the area continue on, and a little spots of rain here and there. A lot of that was just a mist, so if you went outside at all today, you didn't really see too much of it. But taking a look at what's going on later in the evening and later tomorrow, we're going to continue to see clouds throughout the evening time, and then by tomorrow afternoon things are looking pretty clear, and that's mainly going to be from this high pressure system that's sitting over the Midwest and Great Plains area. But a lot of this rain we are having has also produced flood watches and warnings throughout most of West Virginia and a little bit into southeast Ohio. Now these flood watches that we are seeing are only in effect till 8 p.m. tonight, again due to that rainfall that we really saw moving across the southern part of the state. Well, fortunately for us, conditions aren't too cold right now, but you are absolutely right. Things are definitely going to be cooling down this weekend. We've had a pretty blustery day down here in southeast Ohio. We've seen sustained wind speeds of up to about 23 miles an hour with gusts up to about 29 miles an hour. But right now things have started to calm down with gusts at about 24 and our sustained winds at about 9. So that's about average, a little above average from where we usually are. So things are definitely starting to calm down, but at least we have some nice clear skies. Now throughout the state, we are seeing very similar conditions to ours. We are in the mid to upper 50s. But again, as we just said, those things are going to be changing as we move into this weekend. Not going to see anything from this hurricane. We're not expecting to, because we're actually protected by that cold front that moved through earlier this week and some high pressure. And if we take a look at our radar right now, we are actually going to take a look at the forecast, or that radar, that's showing Hurricane Lee. So you can see those really developed circulation going on and those rain bands, that are starting to head up north towards that New England area. So we're expecting the hurricane to sort of make a track up north here and expect landfall within Saturday morning. So that's going to be a lot of rain, some storm surges, a lot of wind as well. And part of the reason that it's doing this is we have this cold front that moved through that's sitting right along. So this hurricane, instead of making its way towards the Carolinas, it's actually making its way up right along that cold front. Drought has impacted that a little bit since the trees haven't had a lot of water. Those leaves are really just kind of drying up and just falling pretty early. So hopefully this rain will allow us to see some of those fall colors I know we all love to see down here in southeast Ohio. One of my favorite things about fall weekend. We've had a pretty crazy week so far. As we know, Ohio is very back and forth when it comes to the spring season, especially when it comes to the weather. Earlier this week, we were down in the 50s, and right now we are up in the 70s, about 78 degrees. And earlier today, we had a lot of rain showers. Now we're seeing mostly cloudy skies. But again, earlier today, a lot of these rain showers stayed in central to northern Ohio. Down here in Athens, we saw the bulk of our rain showers happen during the afternoon time, a little bit of thunder, but for the most part, a lot of these systems are clearing out for the rest of the evening and going on into tomorrow. As far as that heat goes, those spring temperatures are really feeling it all around the state, with Cincinnati pretty warm, up in the 80s already. And down here in southeast Ohio, we're about in the mid to upper 70s, and that unfortunately is not going to be going away anytime soon. We have a large warm front that's kind of stretching across our area, which is the reason that we do have this rain sitting over us today. But a lot of this warm air is coming up from the Gulf, so we're seeing a lot of moisture being pushed into our region as well, along with this big kind of warm air mass behind us. And unfortunately, again, that's not going away anytime soon. But for tonight, we'll see that overnight low of about 59 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. So again, that rain's pretty much gone for the rest of the evening, especially going on into tomorrow as we go into the early morning hours. But central and northern Ohio again are going to be in a bit of a rain belt. And we'll talk about that here in just a couple of minutes. But in the meantime, we're going to see a high of 80 degrees, and this is going to be our high for the week so far. So again, we're really warming up. Things are really ramping up as we get into spring. Going to see a lot of rainfall, so hopefully we see a lot of blooms around town, around campus as well, because I absolutely love some spring flowers. But overnight tomorrow night will be pretty similar to tonight with that high of about, with that low of about 59 degrees. So we've got a lot of warm days, a lot of rainy days ahead of us as well.